Everybody, this is Jim Paray and Casey, and we're going to get ready to get started. We're going to start here in about 1 minute. Casey, are you there? Oh, let me get his unmuted. There we go.
I muted myself.
There you go. Well, it's 7 o'clock, Casey, and it's recording, and we're going to get started. This is funny because this is the first time I have Juan's closed caption here. So welcome, everybody. I have 7. Do you have 7, Casey?
I do, buddy.
All right. Well, guys, let me tell you something. This is probably one of a very, very exciting time for us in our history, because tonight, let me get this out of the way here. I don't know why this is happening, but if you're here for the first time, guys, Casey, I think this is one of those times in our lives. We've been involved in business for a long time. We've known each other for over 20 years. And there's certain points in your life you say, wow, this is going to be big. And I think tonight's one of those nights. Case, what do you think?
Yes, sir. Obviously, tonight you're going to be revealing something that has been revolutionary in the space. And I'm really feeling like this is the time.
Yeah. So basically tonight, if you're here for the first time, we're going to talk about NUI, but we're going to talk about it in the context of blockchain. If any of you understand what blockchain is, or you're interested in blockchain or cryptocurrency or ISOs or ICOs, this is really interesting because NUI has morphed into a company that was in a very social space that was that had commissions associated with activities. And then about a year ago, they started to go into the blockchain arena. And tonight, we're going to be launching a very unique membership into NUI. But before we do, let's talk about it. So NUI is blockchain. So what is blockchain? Blockchain in its whole is education, mining, ICOs, which are new coins. And a lot of people case, it's really funny because there are a lot of coins that haven't done well, and there's a handful that have. And people could be a little leery about cryptocurrency in its own right. And there's really no need to be if it's done properly. And then blockchain technology. You want to say anything about that, Case?
What NUI really represents is an opportunity for everybody to get an education, to participate in mining, to understand an initial coin offering, which is an ICO, and obviously live in the idea of what blockchain technology really is through the decentralized ledger, which of course NUI is creating with both CompChain and its own ICO. So it's everything.
It is everything. And what we've done in the last little bit, we have actually, Casey and I have come in and worked hand in hand with Darren and Reed and the owners of NUI to really put together an offering for people everywhere that hits every one of those in mining, in education, in coin collecting, in blockchain. And really, when you look at NUI, we had a guy come in the office today, Case, that was in the Utah, it was kind of like Utah developing blockchain, and he looked at our offering and says, you guys got everything, and we really do. And the thing about this is everything we're doing is Kala driven, Casey. You want to comment on that? Like, we're going to talk about Kala coin. We're going to talk about why it's important. We're going to talk about the relevance of that to everybody on the call. But why would Kala be so important? And why would it be? I mean, why would we use it as a coin and drive everything towards the valuation of Kala?
So, Jim, I am getting notices from everybody that when I speak, it's very echoey and broken up. Let me just say this, is that everything that you're about to share with everyone is absolutely breathtaking in one level, but groundbreaking in another level, which is that we're going to be introducing a way for people to get into Kala for free tonight. And there's a magical piece of the puzzle for success coming up here with Kala. Jim, are you hearing the echo?
I can hear you. I don't hear an echo, but I turned myself off, Casey. When you talked, I muted myself. So I definitely want you to be a part of this conversation tonight, and I'll just turn myself off, mute myself. But let's talk about this going through here, guys. What's really important when you look at what we're getting ready to offer you tonight, a free membership into coin collecting, into NUI, into Kala coin, everything has to be Kala driven. In other words, for a coin to have, a cryptocurrency coin to have value, it has to go through a process, both internally and externally. And what we're doing tonight, Casey, is evaluating and getting use cases for Kala internally, but creating an income source as we do it. and it's really brilliant. Of all the companies that ever tried to do anything in this space, I take my hat off to Darren and Reed, and then for all the people in the office to participate in this, because this is really blockchain in its fullness. Okay, so when you look at milestones of the, and I'm really concentrated on the Kala coin right now, because when you look at what we're doing and how we're offering it to average people and investors and everything, it's very important to understand the tracking of it. When you track certain coins that have done well, Case, in the marketplace, they've done certain things, and we're not only on that track, in some areas we're exceeding that track. Any comments on that?
And the big sense, of course, that Kala has really been in place since July of 2017. So this is not new. And these guys have been literally doing the right step-by-step process to make sure that everything that they're doing is to take Kala in the direction of a long-term sustainable coin that can be used in its own ecosystem that everybody can benefit from.
That's exactly right, Casey. And what happens is here now, when you look at this, so, okay, that's all good and well. I mean, we're all sitting on this call, and we're all business people. We're all entrepreneurs. We're saying, okay, I understand. I think I understand blockchain. I understand everything about it. But how do I create a lifestyle for me? How do I participate not only in the technology of cryptocurrency and blockchain, but how do I create a lifestyle and what's in it for me? And that's what we're going to talk about. Nui Social is one of the, to me, it's one of the most expansive, transparent, compliant companies, if not in the United States and possibly the world, because not only do we offer people every part of blockchain with the coins and the income, but we offer it at every level. Tonight, Nui Social, we're going to talk about Kala Coin Gigahash contracts and how you can participate as a Nui coin collector. Now, that the basis of tonight is this, is that if you're in the cryptocurrency space, we work with a lot of companies. One of the ones we collaborate with the most is Mintage Mining. And these guys are really brilliant in the coin space. And then everybody wants to know, is it still relevant? Is crypto still relevant? Is it still there? It's not only still there, it's baby, it's an infant. And when you're trying to create substance and you're trying to create wealth, then one of the biggest things that I talked to Dave of Mintage Mining, I said, when you look at how people created wealth over the years in the last few years in cryptocurrency and in blockchain, one of the biggest things was collecting coin. Not necessarily betting on one. Bitcoin's gone up, Bitcoin's gone down. There's a lot of flexibility, a lot of volatility in the market. But when you collect it, when you collect coins, you hedge your bet and leverage yourself. And Casey, that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So here's a little illustration. Nui Coin Collector is a program designed that anybody, now literally anybody at any level in any space in the country and in the world, can start to collect coins and develop a income or wealth creation by collecting cryptocurrency and collecting coins. Now, here's the thing. People say, well, why don't I just buy a coin? So if you want to show the difference between buying a coin or collecting a coin, let's say you went into the market right now and purchased a coin for $100, Case, and then in a year that coin went down in value. That coin in 1 year was valued at $50. Well, you just lost $50, and you still have one coin. The brilliance of the Nui Coin Collector program is that you can spend that same $100 and purchase a hash rate. The coins that exact coin, if you're mining it and collecting it, could do the exact same pattern and end up the end of the year at $50. Well, do you lose $50? The answer is no, because you coin collected. And at the end of the year, you now have 15 coins instead of one coin holding on to its value. It still went down, but by the time you went and rated the cost of that coin, you now still have a positive value of $390. Any comments on that, Case?
I think the magic of what we're sharing and what we're encouraging everyone to continue to focus on is the idea that being a coin collector is the way to minimize any potential risks and minimize any of the fluctuations in the marketplace. The most important piece, Jim, and you've taught this every step along the way, which is profit is not made when you buy, profit is made when you sell. So you can actually determine when you want to exit your collection of coins. So, you don't want to get caught trying to shove it into a time frame like most people. I bought it for 100 and then they need money in a year and then they sell it for 50 and lose $50. The key is to continue to not only collect coins, but to establish a point when you say, this is where my exit point is. And so this is an intelligent play. It's about being educated and making sure that you're making the right decisions about coin collection, not about risky investments. That's the key.
That's exactly right. And one of the things that we're definitely transparent, compliant, education, everything we do at NUI is really in those lines. So you say, okay, now we're going to talk about Kala, because the basis of NUI coin collecting, Casey, is Kala. It's our coin. And the thing that what creates value in a coin is use cases. Internal, which is what we do ourselves, and then external, which how the public uses it when it goes to an exchange. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to be offering a Gigahash program when actually you can participate for as little as $50 to mine Kala coin. Why would you do that? Well, here's something I just showed people this, is that you can either buy Kala coin or you can mine it. And if you look at the two options, you can buy Kala for, you can buy Kala for $460 worth of Kala and you get 23,000 Kala. But if you go into the $100 Gigahash program, and for those of you that don't understand it, we have a whole training system on that. But when you purchase a Gigahash program and you're collecting coins in the NUI social arena, you have a fee of $100, but then you have a mining contract which you pay a mining fee. So the both numbers of $460 a year turns out that the Gigahash starts mining in 48 hours, and in 1 year, if you bought Kala, you'd have 23,000 Kala in 1 year. If you mined it with $100, you'd have 36,000 Kala. Here's where it gets crazy. If you just kept using the mining contract initiative to keep purchasing Kala, at the end of 3 years, you look at the numbers. At the year 2, you'd have 41,000 Kala. If you bought it, you had 72,000 Kala. If you mined it, 59,000 Kala if you bought it. Year 3, 108,000 Kala if you mined it. Now, why is that so important? Well, because everything we're doing in NUI is based on use case and valuation of the coin. Any thoughts on this, case?
Yeah, what you're really explaining to people is the importance of actually using these mining services and using them in a way that gives them the best optimum long-term number of Kala.
Big. Now, why is that? I mean, if you don't know anything about cryptocurrency or blockchain or anything, you're going to say, why is that important? Let me show you why. Okay. NUI Social has now just launched the Kala coin Gigahash contracts. What does that mean? As a NUI collector, you can start, anybody on the planet now can start for $50 and start mining and collecting Kala coin specifically. We have other programs, and what does that mean? We have 3 ways to mine Kala. We have, let me go back to that one. We have mining contracts, Gigahash mining contracts. We have terahash mining contracts, which are, Casey, it's like having a mining rig that produces over 100,000 Kalas a month. Of course, the price is higher. And then you have a Kala rig, which is the actual physical unit, and that all comes in part of the Kala mining, Gigahash, and terahash contracts. Now, what does that mean for you? Well, anybody can participate, and you have to be a NUI member, and that's where the excitement of tonight is that you can literally, for $50, starting at $50, $100, $500, and $1,000, buy a fractional share of a Gigahash contract. And all that means is you're going to be mining Kala coin. And the value of the Kala coin, if we keep doing what we're doing, and when we go to the external exchange, the propensity for it to be larger is great because we're doing the things that it takes. So if you started and say, listen, I just want to try this. Case for $50, a dinner out, I'm going to try this, right? I'm going to get in and I'm going to say, I'm going to do a $50 Gigahash, Kala Gigahash. Well, what's going to happen is that there's going to be a hosting fee of $15 that you pay every month. And then in any day, once you start that Gigahash contract, you can increase it. One of the questions everybody was asking me all last week was, if I go from a $50 Gigahash to 100, do I still increase always by $15 to 30? Only till you get to 100. because 100 gigahash, when you have 100 gigahash and the approximate $50 gigahash return is $1,500 a month, the 100 gigahash return is 3,000. You're always going to pay a mining fee, and then that 30 kind of levels off. And then if you increase, let's say you increase to 500, it doesn't keep going in increments of 15. It actually goes in the monthly usage fee. So the cost of mining goes down. Any comments on this case?
Jim, just so when I talk, you do need to mute or no one can hear me.
Okay.
In a broad picture here, what everyone's looking at here is a very clear description of why not only getting involved in purchasing the 50 or the 100 or the 500 or 1,000 Kala is profitable, but it's really it's a great idea for residuals. It's a great idea to collect coin. There's great income potential here, and that's what this is really sharing with everybody, that these mining contracts are of great value, even though there is a monthly cost to them.
Absolutely. So let's keep going. And so right now, you look how a gigahash contract works, Case. It's real simple. If someone purchased a gigahash for $50, there's a $15 mining fee, or their total initial fee is going to be $65. However, in 30 days, they're going to mine approximately 1,500 Kala. It's going to be very important to understand this as we go into the new phase of incorporating a use case for Kala with NUI. And what happens is now your cost for the first 30 days for 1,500 Kala was $65. The next 30 days, your cost is only $15. So you mine the same amount of Kala for $15 because your initial fee was done. Now you only pay the mining fee. When you look at a gigahash of 100, the mine is $300. You mine 300 Kala. The nice part about that is that we are just getting ready to do a program that the only way on February 1st, the only way that you can get involved in NUI case is with Kala. So mining Kala is going to be beneficial for two things. Number one, when it goes on the exchange, you can sell it on the exchange, but also internally, use case, you can sell your Kala for money to actually have people enroll starting February 1st. If you, in the next 30 days, you have for $30, you're going to mine Kala. So the Kala that we are mining right now, because we can use it internally as a coin for NUI, not only has value when it goes to the external market, it has value now. You can convert it into money. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, as you're going to be sharing at the end, this is going to play a critical role. And I think you and I have shared with everyone several times, there's great opportunity both in the 50 and the 100, but the 100 will give people added benefits, which of course is when a new member goes to sign up, there will be, people who will require Kala, and that's what you're sharing. You're sharing, hey, listen, get 100 if you can afford it, if it makes sense to you, because it just has a better overall strategy and where we're going. And certainly we're going to be sharing here in the next few minutes.
That's right. Now, what we did, Case, is we actually tied this to an affiliate program that we want a lot of members participating in this, because it does a couple of things. It creates an income immediately for people who are members of NUI, but it also creates the potential of evaluating the coin larger. So when you're owning Kala, two things you want to know: can you liquidate it? Can you replace your income or replace your cost of it? Number one, and does it have value long term? Is it a good investment long term? If a 500 gigahash, 30 days you'll mine 15,000 Kala, and that's very important, because what we're getting ready to announce, you can actually liquidate that Kala for 6 new personal members. And the next 30 days you keep mining. So the program here is real simple. I'm going to go to the 1,000 and show you what 3,000 on average 3,000 Kala mine, which means you can either mine it and keep it for valuation and liquidate it when you want, or you can sell it internally starting February 1st to anybody that wants to get in NUI, and then you continue to mine. So the value proposition here, Case, the thing that is really brilliant about what we're getting ready to show people is that you literally can get involved in NUI, start to be a Kala coin collector, and also liquidate your initial cost. So your only cost are your mining fee. Add that with the commission structure, it's a no-brainer. Any thoughts on that, Case?
Of course, yeah. Well, what we're trying to do is encourage people to actually not only get involved, use the Kala system and the Gigahash program, but we know that the future of people becoming extremely profitable with this is the ability to recruit. And of course, as they purchase either the 50, the 100, the 500, or the 1,000, what they've really done is they've given themselves an ability to use their Kala to help register new members as they come on in the future, which of course you're going to reveal the details for here in just a bit.
Exactly right. So I'm going to move on, guys. I'm going to start moving on this a little bit and say this. So basically, when you look at the Kala offer and you look at the potential, and you start at a 50 gigahash and you say, okay, if your cost was 230 and you started to understand where that's going, you look at what happens if the cost is 2 cents or 4 cents and your return just increases. It increases at the gigahash that you have just in market valuation. Now, we can't tell, Case. We're not going to predict. We're not going to say where it's going to go or what it's going to do. But you have that. You have a potential of it going from 2 cents to 4 cents. And even at 2 cents, the value for a customer is huge, because at 2 cents, you still have a better return than what you paid. But when we start to show you, the next thing that we're getting ready to show you is that when you look at the mining contracts as far as a Kala mining rig, and you look at even the $4,000 or $5,000 rig amount, that produces a terahash and produces 144,000 Kala roundabout every month, even that in a large amount produces a better return at the existing valuation of Kala than even if it doesn't go up. So you say, why is that important, Jim? Well, because also, in addition to Kala valuation going up with the coin, we have a business model. We have a business model right here that not only pays commissions for exposing it, but we can do all over the world that has every part of blockchain involved, every part of coins, every part of mining, one membership in NUI gives you the entire opportunity in blockchain. And then when you talk about there are also commissions associated with this, not only the value of coin, it's pretty hot. Case, what do you think about that?
Well, of course, that's where we're headed with everybody. We really want to encourage everybody to consider educating everyone about the potential of NUI, and of course, the idea of developing commissions is what we're all here for. So it's very powerful.
Very powerful. And guys, I'm going to apologize a little bit because I can't wait to get to the other part of this thing. And I don't mean to be rushing through this part, but it's just sick. Here's the key. You have to be a NUI member to participate in any of this, right? You can't get in. It's a closed company. In other words, you have to join. So what happens is now we just started a program, Case, that now through January 31st, right now, it is live, it is active, that anybody on this call can enroll for free. They can get in for free and engage in the purchase of a Kala Gigahash for as little as $50 and become commission active. Now, this is the first time we've ever done this. We've had free memberships, but it was never a point where there was any value other than education. Now what happens is you can enroll anybody for free, and for as little as $50, they can start purchasing and collecting Kala coin. Case, anything on that?
Well, you just said it all there. It's enroll for free and start participating in commissions. This is a chance for us to get everyone that has an interest in Bitcoin, in blockchain, in any type of cryptocurrency. This is a chance to literally give everyone a chance to enjoy and experience it. Quite honestly, can be outstanding. And that's what you're sharing. Let's go through this. Let's go through the next.
Yeah, Casey, I just want to say we have a program called Premier that's a little bit more for high rollers. It costs a little bit more. What I love about this is now all across the world, anybody can enroll in free, and anybody can start participating in coin collecting with Kala for $50 and be commission active. What does that mean? New members will enroll for free starting tonight and start coin collecting and being commission active for $50. And then they'll be able to sell their Kala to new members and save the rest. What does that mean also? Members now will be able for free to buy Kala, sell Kala, and collect Kala. Buy the hash rate and terahash, sell Kala to new members, or just save it. New members will purchase, you can purchase Gigahash now based on a free membership And remember, February 1st, you cannot get into NUI. It's a free membership until February 1st. In February 1st, it's going to cost you $50 worth of Kala to register in NUI. What does that mean to new members right now? So for free, they come in and they're going to mine Kala. Now, can they liquidate Kala? Absolutely, because on February 1st, when people come in as members and they need Kala to do it, $100 a gigahash in the next 30 days will give you enough Kala to register one member if you want to sell them your Kala. 500 gigahash will give you enough to register 6 members case, and 1,000 gigahash will give you enough to register 12 members. You can sell your Kala to new members to reduce your costs. You don't have to. We also have a program, a P2P program we're going to talk about in a minute. But the thing I love about this, Casey, it's all about the ROI. It's all about breaking even. And I love it because everybody has an opportunity. You can create your own market developing this. Any question? Any thoughts on?
Well, I think what you've just shared, Jim, is that not only is this a product that delights the customer, which is something you love to teach and share, but this is a chance, again, for people to really participate in something where there's very, very little risk. And certainly when we're talking about $50 and $100 gigahash purchases, this is a chance for people to participate financially in some growth that, quite honestly, could revolutionize your own personal business. You know, as you go into year 2019, could completely change, someone's financial future.
Absolutely. So we'll go on to the next steps and say, what does that mean? Well, we now have a 4-step process right now, starting right now. You can call anybody that you know and say, register for free in NUI and open a Kala wallet. The next step is if they want to purchase as little as a $50 gigahash product, a gigahash Kala product, they can buy that all the way up to a 4,000 terahash. What does that do for them? It makes them commission active because not only do we have value in the Kala, not only do we have value in the use case, not only are we creating a market for Kala, but there's also a commission structure behind this that pays you on the basis of enrolling and recruiting and actually people purchasing the Kala and purchasing everything you're doing. The step 4 is you can save your Kala and bank it until the value is good enough for you that you can sell it, or you can sell your Kala to new members starting February 1st to liquidate. I mean, think about it, Case. If you purchase a 500 gigahash and you have enough Kala, and let's say you put in 6 people, they need Kala to get in, you can sell them that amount of Kala. Because of the Kala program and because of what we're doing, that you realize when you pay the mining fee, you're always mining Kala. You're not running out of Kala, but you can liquidate to satisfy your costs, and then that cycle just continues. And this is what, probably more than anything else right now, Casey, this is what I love. Right now, until February 1st, this is our process. Step 1, register for free, open a Kala wallet. Step 2, purchase a $50 gigahash minimum up to $1,000 gigahash contract or a 4,000 terahash, become commission eligible. Then you can, the step 4 is in February 1st, when we're going to require people to have Kala to enroll in NUI. You can liquidate your Kala or you can keep it. Any thoughts on that, Case?
Well, way back, we were telling people, get a Kala wallet open, pass it around to family and friends, get everyone set up. If you had done that, this is the time to actually phone up and say, hey, listen, you got a Kala wallet open anyways. It's now free to sign up. Listen, get a $50 gigahash package. I mean, really, $50 is kind of, when you take a look at the overall potential, and Jim, there's so much to be talked about as far as active commissions go. Let me know when we want to talk about the TBS and the pen, because that's where some very exciting things are going to happen for everybody, especially people that start registering people for new.
Case, why don't you talk about it right now? Because this is a good point. Because we're talking about recruiting people to purchase Kala. Not only can you sell them your Kala, but what about the commissions? Talk about that a little bit, Case.
Excellent. So for those of you who are understand that we are very, very focused on helping people become financially free, or certainly to achieve some level of financial success, working with not only the vision of NUI Social, the NUI Premier program, and how Kala plays as a part of its ecosystem. Well, as you know, one of the reasons why Jim and I are very excited about the release of this product, the Gigahash product, specifically the $50 and the $100, is because one of the things that we want to see happen is we want to max out the compensation system. We want to actually show people what it's like to fill out the TBS. So as of this moment, everybody that's in NUI in the world, and that's over 300,000 people, all they have to do is make a 50 gigahash purchase and their account is active. Now, I can tell you this, that we did a quick system where we actually built out a spreadsheet. We're going to make it available to everybody. But if you get 10 people in the pen, you get 10 personally enrolled that activate for 50 gigahash. I'll tell you this: it is amazing what can happen when the autofill system, the matrix of this amazing compensation system, begins to fill out. And let me just throw some numbers just out there, Jim, just as a quick idea. Let's just say, for example, someone gets involved and they decide to just go get 3. Get themselves set up. So get 3 is free. As you know, that's been our kind of mantra. So when you do 3 is free and you get 3 members plugged into the system, what's beautiful about buying, and I'll just use that as an example, is that as the auto fill matrix fills out of the TBS, and the number of tiers, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, tier 6, starts to compound. If someone were to get 10 in the pen, and the actual autofill matrix were to grow out to the 88,000 people that would be in that matrix underneath them, that $50 gigahash purchase has the potential to turn into $195,000 because of the way the autofill matrix works. Now, we've been focusing on a sweet spot, and you'll notice tonight that we are focusing on the 100. And the reason why is for all the reasons Jim has been sharing, that having that extra Kala in the next month or two and being able to share that with others and turn that into memberships, etc., is something that you may want to really consider. But just to give you an idea that if you happen to be a person, and I know there are people on this call right now, many people that are on this call, that if this took off and 88,000 people got in for free underneath you right now, because there's no reason why they shouldn't. It's $50, but they make money with that $50 immediately. They get that starts producing results immediately. The person who sits in an auto-filled matrix will make $385,000 from a $100 gigahash purchase. And if I had a mic, I'd drop
it. As you should. Yeah. So it's really, guys, we finally turned this into something. Now, this is all. Now, what's happening now, so you know, that the free memberships with activation with a commission active with $50 is going to end February 1. We have a pocket of time right now just to get busy. And in February 1, the new memberships have to be paid in Kala. Okay. So new members must purchase Kala from Kala owners. So what's perfect about this, Casey, is we're creating a self-sustainable ecosystem for the use case of Kala before we go to the exchange. And that is absolutely brilliant. So literally someone could get in and mine Kala, collect Kala, put people in, and just go crazy right now. And by February 1st, when they have the second round of people coming in, they can sponsor people and sell them their Kala in either personally or P2P to liquidate their costs and be involved for free. And the only cost they have is their mining fee, which is crazy. Okay. So then the enrollment process is different. February 1st, it's now you enroll a member with Kala. Sell your new member Kala privately or through the P2P program, which is peer-to-peer, and then they purchase the gigahash or terahash. They become commission active, and then we have another 4-step cycle, Casey, that activates, but it has another component in it. It's the liquidation and the use case of Kala. Anything on that case?
Sorry. It's clean, it's plain, it's clear, it's simple. This is really the system that you want to follow. Get new members involved for free, get a Kala wallet opened up, and just begin to build that network out.
And guys, it's really simple. We're not going to go into a lot more detail, but phase one is going to start right now. In other words, we are live. The office is ready. You can go in and register for free membership, and then the purchase power is there. Enroll for free, purchase Kala hash rate, commission active. January 30th, this phase is going to be done. And then February 1, it is going to be, now you're going to be active. You've got to have Kala in order to join NUI. And I guarantee you, with all the activity in NUI right now, with not only the coins, with the blockchain, with all the activity we've got going on, NUI is going to be the buzz. Now, I'm going to put a tentative up here. Now, people say, what about P2P? P2P is going to open in January, but before we do that, Casey, we're going to open a beta test for the P2P, which is a peer-to-peer, that if you do not want to sell Kala to your new members or anybody else, there will be a peer-to-peer open that they can purchase from that, or you can sell your Kala on the peer-to-peer network. Any thoughts on that, Casey?
I think it comes down to the idea of the difference between trying to make an income and a commission right away and maintaining the integrity of coin collecting. And that's the value of both the beta test for the peer-to-peer and of course, the opportunity actually registering people after January 30th. So this really comes down to how an individual can decide how they want to play in the game.
Absolutely. And really the opportunity is right now, because February 1st, the only way you can become a NUI member is with Kala. And you have to purchase it from a sponsor or a P2P. So what that does is it does have an internal use case. It has a valuation, and it gives people an opportunity for whatever their cost was initially to start in NUI, they can recover by recruiting. And that's just brilliant. Casey, what's happening also now is we have a benefit for purchasing a terahash or a gig that produces that 4,000 terahash is over 100,000 a month in Kala, and that's happening right now. And then we've added commissions that you can go on the back office and look at that for the direct. We have that going on here. But right now, guys, what is happening right now is new members can enroll for free right now, and it's going to be till February 1st, or actually January 31st, start coin collecting for $50, become commission eligible. Then they can sell their Kala to their new members and save the rest, guys. You know what, Case? At this point, it's so simple. It's not complicated at all. We have right now till January 31st until we're going to start requiring Kala to enroll in NUI. This is one of the best times ever, because you can call anybody, say, dude, you can get in for free, $50 gets you started. You're going to have Kala. You can be able to mine Kala, collect Kala. You can liquidate Kala either through new members or the P2P. Guys, I just can't think anything better than this at this point.
Absolutely. This is a chance for people now to go to the next level and introduce friends, family, and say, hey, listen, it's free. You really want to look at that 50 or that 100. The 100 is a sweet spot. I'll be honest with you, Jim, the returns, when you look at the pen and the TBS and the commissions, the numbers are just the sweet spot. And 10 people who've purchased 100 gigahash of product is the ideal sweet spot. If you can get that in your vision, your mind coming into 2019, get 10 in the pen who do 100 gigahash, and that's it. Like not $1,000 or $500, just $100. I'm telling you that you can unlock 100% of the commissions of NUI. You can put yourself in a position to win. The autofill will continue as people also realize, listen, it's $100. It's not like we're asking people to give up the world. So, this is just a very, very powerful time for people to really take a look at NUI for the first time. If they know something about what you've been talking about, if they don't know anything about it, you're also going to see some new videos that just got released that are talking about Kala's, why Kala is a great product. And there's a lot of things we're not going to get a chance to share tonight, but please look at the blogs in the back end. There's new videos that are launching. We're launching the beta of Pocket Me this week. And so there's a lot of great things going on.
So, Casey, in wrapping this up, I'm going to thank John and Jeremy and Juan and Reed and Darren and all the staff, Kinsey and Hito and Curtis. We have literally tonight launched a program. Anybody in the world can get involved. There's no risk. For $50, not only can they mine Kala, but we have active case use for Kala to liquidate your Kala, going into the external exchange to value the Kala. Everywhere you go here, you can benefit. Now, nothing is guaranteed. We don't know what Kala is going to value at. We have no clue, but we have public companies interested. We have blockchain companies in our blockchain, in our comp chain arena. We are blockchain, and we are participating at the highest level at every possible point in blockchain. What I would recommend everybody to do is right now is start calling people, get your 10 in as fast as you can for free, activate them with minimum 50, but like Casey said, it's the sweet spot is 100. And I guarantee you, the more you put in between now and January or February 1st, the more value you're going to have to liquidate, the more value you're going to have in your Kala, and the more value you're going to have long-term as a company. Any wrap-up thoughts, Case?
I think that people should really set a small goal. If we go into the holidays here, this is a gift from Nui to everybody. It's free. This is a chance to speak to family and friends, say, listen, call us at 2 cents right now. There is a chance. Again, like Jim has repeated, I will repeat, there are no guarantees. We have no ability to control the future markets, the value of Kala. We can only speculate because that's what this is. It's a speculation. But when you take a look at the risk versus reward, which is what we're sharing with you tonight, it seems that it's just reasonable. 10 in the pen means, 10 people at 100. I'm just going to use 100 because that's a sweet spot. I've done the math. I know what the math looks like on 10 people in the pen. If it autofills, your life has changed. So I'll tend to focus there, but set a small goal and say, you know what, like 10 people at $50 or 10 people at $100. Don't go for big numbers. Just go for the simple. And I think you will be shocked at how well this can work for you and your family as we go into 2019.
Thanks, everybody, for being on tonight. Thank you. Let's get busy. This is an exciting time, not only just in a networking space, but in history with blockchain, changing the world, giving people all over the world an opportunity. So God bless, and we will talk to you again, and we'll see you. The next meeting is going to be on Tuesday. We're so excited, guys. And if you have any question, call the leaders that you have, and they have access to us.
Tuesday, January the 7th, buddy.
January the 7th is the next one. Guys, this is probably going to be one of the most impactful 40 days of your life from now to February 1st. And your activity in this period of time, enjoy Christmas, have a blast. But for free, to enroll people in Nui for free, and they can activate for $50, it's unbelievable. So let's get to it. God bless, guys, and we'll talk to you soon.